definition we came after 2 months of brainstorming. Fundamentally for us, playbooks are basically co-pilots. A tool that is with the sales guy every time that person needs it. I'm in a meeting, I don't know what to do, playbook should be there. I have to engage, I have to ask for a meeting, I need a playbook. There is a new product launched, I want to really understand how to pitch it, I need a playbook. There's an objection that has come in, I don't know how to handle it, I need a playbook. Playbooks is all about replication. So one of the things that we have realized even when we launch SharpSell or when we have seen our clients, on one of the things that we do is we spend a lot of time on the field today, both with our clients and even whenever we want to kind of enter a new industry, the first thing that we do is we go and spend time on the field. When we wanted to launch pharma, the first thing that we did is we went and shadowed medical reps and saw the pain that they go through to get that bloody 2 minutes with the doctor, what we call as HCPs in the industry. So essentially what we have seen, so the complete focus of playbooks is one, replicate winning behavior. Do not try something new. I think salespeople are tired of new initiatives. Salespeople are tired of new way of selling every year. So the question is, what does it take to figure out what works on the ground? Replicate. What we have also realized is the more you define what needs to be done on the ground and how it needs to be done, the easier it is to scale and the easier for the guy on the ground to scale it. And our job is to systematically help you do that. So that's essentially what we mean by playbooks. And every salesperson on the ground on what to do. Hey, go meet this guy, do these meetings, make this presentation. Amazing. CRMs tell you what to do, but the question is, do they know how to do it? Do they know how to make a presentation? Do they know how to handle an objection? So that's essentially what SharpSell comes. Okay, so where all do playbooks really get used? When we looked at it, and I think if you look at the segments that we operate in, most of you have salespeople distributed across hundreds of towns. The number of salespeople you have are thousands and lakhs, right? So to get any of them do anything is painful, right? So if you look at other areas where there are large teams that run well, the question is how do they do it, right? And a lot of them do pretty complex stuff. So military, right? So they have very regimented, you don't call it playbooks, but they have a pretty regimented process that everybody follows. And that is extremely clearly defined so people know what to do, right? Or say mountaineers, so when they go on, let's say an Everest, how do they make sure they survive? They have to survive, which is very more difficult than sales. That happens because they have playbooks. They know what to do, what not to do, how to do, when to do, what to do and stuff like that, right? So orchestra, so how do they do it? And right, sports is another area where playbooks, I think playbook, the word comes from sports. So essentially what we have seen is everywhere where you have a lot of people who are expected to do something together to become champions, they need playbooks. And for us, we see sales is extremely like that, and we think that every salesperson out there needs help, and that's essentially what we bring in. So this is our story. So what we realized is sales and sports are extremely similar. They are high pressure, they are high reward games, and you are always under pressure. You doing extremely well today doesn't mean you will do well tomorrow. You are expected to do the same thing in and out. How much ever training you give, how many amazing coaches you have, the moment the player goes on the field, he or she has to deliver what they have to deliver. Exactly what happens with sales, right? There are a lot of people where individually you have success, but repeating it is an extremely difficult choice. I think you talk about Virat Kohli and all these guys talk about the importance of process. And they say the results come, but we have followed our process. So what we essentially realized is, as long as you make sure that you have something that everyone can follow and can look back and use when they need it, you can create champions at scale. And our complete mission is to create 10 million sales champions in the next 10 years. What we realized is if you want to create 10 sales champions, you could hire them and you could get them, but if you want to create it at scale, you need something more than that. That's essentially what we mean by playbooks, and that's how we came to this thing saying, okay, let's go and bloody build playbooks, and we will go build playbooks for every industry and every role and every product person and every customer. So that's essentially what we do.